冒険とロマンを求めて宇宙の大海原を行く若者たちがいた。宇宙帝国残虐に反旗を翻し、海賊の汚名を誇りとして名乗る豪快な奴ら。その名は
ユニソン戦隊マッチョ忍者。
この番組は楽しい時を作る金魚Ateamとブランドスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
What's up YouTube? Nakashima Ryu here, checking out the new Morpher class that has just been released in JP. To unlock Morpher, you must complete the first 3 rings of Soldier, Archer, and Cleric classes. Obtain the item Essence of Justice after reaching the rank 84 and completing the corresponding subquest just like a ninja. Now, you need 24.4k proficiency to complete the class ring. Now, this is a very PvE focused class that benefits by playing with others of the same class and apparently gender face. Apparently. By wearing a male face, you will become a hero of justice, and a female face, you will become a magical girl. The main class's weapons are a sword, axe, bow, gun, book, and relic. Basically everything that ninja didn't use. And they will receive a 30% stat boost. Hats and armor will receive a 20% stat boost as well. Now the Morpher classes come with a new buff. Just like ninjas with Kaishin and Regret, Morphers have a new skill called Tension. A stackable buff that increases the damage done based on how many buffs you have, with the max amount of tension able to be stacked is 20, which is a stack limit of 4. Now, when in the morph state, if 3 or more unisons are activated from 3 heroes or more, or 3 magical girls or more, very gender specific, I don't know why, a special unison attack will be triggered even if the unison attack was already triggered. In other words, extra damage, and also, oddly enough, extra time wasted. But hey, whatever, it looks cool. However, you can only use it on NPC enemies. The abilities of the inactive morph state are a bit weak, so in most cases you want to keep a high amount of cost to keep yourself in morph state. In addition, the transformation stat buffs aren't removed via hero or dawn. And just like ninjas, morphers have 2 sets of ability slots. Your base form will always have the ability transform in slot, taking your base attack slot, and thus you cannot use ARAs or guild bond. And many abilities within the Morpher class have a theme where it costs nothing and increases cost, all to use transform and other higher damaging moves. So let's get on to the moves, shall we? It's morphing time! Starting with the basics, we have Yell, another move that costs 0. What does it do? Increase the tension of all allies by 5 for 20 seconds, with the added effect that recovers 5 costs for yourself. Now you're gonna find this very, very repetitive, as Magic Hit also costs nothing, covers 5 costs, but also is a really weak move that only damages for 61 time with magic damage. The same thing as Brave Attack. It costs 0, you get 5 costs, only does mediocre damage, at least the cooldowns are low. And then there's Cover. You will receive 100 of the damage taken by one ally for 5 seconds, and reduces damage received by yourself for 50%. And it recovers 10 costs for yourself. That's not bad, especially if you're trying to gain up costs, but you will be receiving 100% of the damage from the other person. And lastly, Treatment, recovering 40% of the maximum HP of one ally and recovers 5 costs of that target instead, which is kind of different, but hey. Now you'll probably be wondering, these effects kind of suck right now. Now here's the thing. Here's where we go and transform. Henshin! Anyways, applies morphing, which increases your HP and stats by 50% for 90 seconds. Now here's the thing about transform. It has a casting time of 5 seconds. You are very vulnerable to attacks, unlike TV shows where the enemies won't stop to gawk at your transformation until it's over. And during the last 10 seconds of the morph state, you will start flashing red, indicating your allotted time up, just like Ultraman. And now for the morphed abilities. Shining Smash! with a cost of 0. Ability power of 250, attacking one enemy with physical damage, and if it's a boss, does 50 more damage, and increases your attack and defense by 20 for 60 seconds. Now, it only has a cooldown of 5, that's not actually that bad. Now, the next ability, Shining Shoot. One of the stronger moves, with the actual cost of 20. Ability power of 150, attacks 4 times using magic attack and magical defense, removing continuous recovery effects from the target and reduces the target's magic attack and magical defense by 20% for 20 seconds. Shining Bomber! At a cost of 0 and cooldown of 5, it has the ability power of 200, attacking all enemies with magic damage. Oh boy, another good move for magic attack in Mobius, especially because it does 50 more damage to non-boss NPC monsters. It also increases your magic attack and magical defense by 20% for 20 seconds. Shining Strike! With an ability power of 150, it attacks with physical damage 4 times using attack and defense, removing action speed and cost recovery buffs from the target and reduces the attack and defense of the target by 20% for 20 seconds. Not bad when there are many monsters these days that boost their attack speed to 6 stacks. Shining Aura removes debuffs and special debuffs from all allies. Heals HP of all allies by 10% of their max HP every 5 seconds. Increases their tension by 10 for 30 seconds. And their most powerful move, Rainbow Flare. With an ability power of 100, deals physical damage 10 times and magical damage 10 times to random targets with a success value of 50%. Now, 50% doesn't sound that great, but 10 times physically and 10 times magically, this is better than Berserker, because it's at random. And 50%, that's not gonna be too hard. Like, we just got Chatura and a field that boosts your accuracy by 30%. If you have Kijin and a field, you're hitting 100 damage for physical and magical 10 times at 100% rate. In addition, if there are extra heroes or magical girls on your ally side, the success value of Rainbow Flare is increased by 10 with a max of 30. Also, lastly, it removes buffs from all enemies. And here are all of the class traits.
Thank you for watching, and see ya!